Well, the day is finally here. The day that we thought might happen this summer. Heung-Min Son has announced he is leaving Tottenham Hotspur after their pre-season tour of Asia, and it is looking like he's going to be heading to the MLS with a reunion alongside Hugo Lloris on the cards. It's really actually quite sad now that the news has been made official, and it's out there. I think a lot of us have speculated over the summer. A lot of us have had our opinions on whether Heung-Min Son should leave, but now the dust is sort of settling and he's confirmed it, and watching him in his press conference get emotional and just after everything he's given to Tottenham in the last 10 years, it's naturally going to be a very, very sad goodbye. Obviously joined in 2015 from Bayer Leverkusen when it was a very big sliding doors moment when we couldn't get hold of Sadio Berahino. That move never materialised, and instead we turned to Heung-Min Son, and what unfolded after that proved to be one of the best periods in history for the club. He was part of one of the best Tottenham teams in the modern era. He formed the most prolific partnership in the Premier League alongside Harry Kane, and eventually, on the eve of him leaving, pretty much, he was able to captain us to our first trophy in 17 years. And if it were up to me, I would already be drawing up plans to build a statue outside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for Heung-Min Son. He is nothing short of a Tottenham legend, an icon, a hero, and he deserves all the recognition and all the praise in the world. And I'm so glad that he's come out and announced this now before he plays in Seoul, in South Korea, in his homeland, in front of what's going to be a packed out stadium against Newcastle on Sunday. And yeah, the great thing about this is that Spurs are being really good. They're being very considerate of the fact that he wants to leave. They're not really too bothered about the transfer fee they want to get for him. They're happy to see him go to whichever club he chooses. And I think Los Angeles FC will be a really good move for him. I mean, he announced it in his press conference with Thomas Frank that took place this morning. I've literally woken up, seen the news, and I thought, I have to record something because this guy has given me, or led us to, one of the best nights of my life. Obviously, I was in Bilbao. I enjoyed every second of watching us finally win something. And that's largely thanks to him, obviously. Even though he didn't start the game, he was still the captain. He is still stuck around. He never considered himself a Tottenham Hotspur legend until he won something. And now he's actually done that. He can leave at the highest point and consider himself a Spurs legend for the rest of his life. He said it was the most difficult decision he's had to make in his entire career. He drew loads of praise from Thomas Frank as well. He said, I came to North London as a boy and I'm so happy that I'm leaving now as a man. It's a very proud moment. He played 454 games for us, 10 years, 173 goals, 101 assists. And to finally get one trophy out of that as well, it's the least that he deserves. So he is the last player that was involved in that 2019 Champions League starting 11. He is now gone. That is the last man to be greyed out from the picture. Like I said, no one can ever consider him not a legend. He will start on Sunday. He will wear the armband, and I hope he soaks it all up and he enjoys it and he feels the love. Part of me wants him to come back to White Hart Lane just for one more game to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but I don't think that's going to happen now. I do think this will be the last game. I don't even think he'll be here for the Super Cup in a week and a half. But yeah, Frank obviously paid tribute to him as well, called him one of the greatest players to play in the Premier League. Anthony Gordon spoke the other day saying that Heung-Min Son's one of his favourite ever players, a role model and an inspiration to him. So this guy is going to go down in history. He will be remembered not only amongst Tottenham fans, but amongst Premier League fans. That partnership with Harry Kane, saying that those two have combined for the most goals as a duo in Premier League history, is just remarkable. He's scored the same amount of goals as Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank in the Premier League. He's got more Premier League goals than the likes of Dwight York, Steven Gerrard, Ian Wright. He is an icon, and I cannot say that enough times. I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but Spurs and Kane, they combined for 47 Premier League goals. 24 of them were scored by Son, 23 by Kane. It was just the best partnership. And when he was at his peak, and not so much last season, but when he was at his peak, it was always such a joy to watch that man in a Tottenham shirt. The first ever player to reach 100 Premier League goals from Asia. That's another achievement that I hope he's going to hold deep in his heart. He is the club's top Premier League assist maker, and he is 6th on the club's all-time appearance record. Only the likes of Pat Jennings, Gary Mabbott, Steve Perryman, Glenn Hoddle come above him. So his loyalty was finally rewarded, and I think it gave him a sense of closure which he needed. He said he needs a new environment to push himself in now. 10 years is a long time. He needs a bit of change. And that is completely fair enough. I don't think there will be a single Spurs fan out there that will begrudge Son or have anything but understanding for him wanting to leave now. It's the start of another new era. Thomas Frank at the helm. Spurs are bringing in new players, are bringing in new attackers. He's 34 soon. So it feels right that he does leave now and move on to something different. And of course, we'll be keeping an eye on him. If he does move to LAFC and reunites with Hugo Lloris, that will be amazing. I can't wait to see that. 101 assists in all competitions. Club captain for 2 years after Lloris. It will be the end of an extraordinary chapter. And I don't think I'm wrong in saying that Heung-Min Son is one of Tottenham's greatest ever players. His consistency has been remarkable, hitting double digits for goals and assists in almost every season in his Tottenham career. And at any other time, he could have left and he could have gone to a Real Madrid. He could have gone to one of the best teams in the world because he was that good. He really, really was. A lot of the time, I think he went underappreciated because we had Harry Kane playing up front, and it's only really been in the last few years that Tottenham fans have truly taken in how much quality Son has had over the last 10 years and how much he's added to this Tottenham team. And yeah, his consistency has been fantastic. He's one of the nicest blokes in football, and I don't think anyone will ever have a heart as big as his and a love for Tottenham that maybe he has. So yeah, it's all a bit somber this, but we should be celebrating. He is an icon. He won a trophy. He's leaving on a high, and I think it's the best possible outcome. I really, really do. He will be missed every day, although I do hope Spurs go out and secure a replacement for him pretty quickly. But yeah, he's made the right decision, I think, and he will get the send-off that he deserves. It will be very emotional when he's played his final game for Spurs. I'm sure he'll do an exit type interview with the club. There will be tributes, montages, everything. And yeah, what an absolute Tottenham legend. And I'm wishing him all the best in the future, in the final years of his career. He deserves every bit of success that's come his way, that guy. But yeah, I'm sure you guys feel the same. But I just feel like I needed to record something for him. He deserves it. I never recorded anything this positive for Harry Kane, so it goes to show you about the way he's conducting himself around the club and with how he's leaving. But that's it from me. I'm looking forward to watching him lead the team one last time against Newcastle on Sunday. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and like the video. Heung-Min Son, thank you. You will be sorely missed, but I'm sure you'll be back in some capacity, even if it's just as a fan in the future. So yeah, all the best, and you are nothing short of a Tottenham Hotspur icon, Tottenham Hotspur legend, and you'll be missed every single day. But thank you again for watching. Enjoy your weekends, and as always, come on you Spurs.